What's up, amigos? It's the Prodigy Maker Minute with yours truly, Chris Lewitt. As you may know, I'm the former #1 for Cornell University, pro circuit player, elite junior development coach, and author and educator, author of The Secrets of Spanish Tennis and the Tennis Technique Bible. Reminder that the new Secrets of Spanish Tennis, The Secrets of Spanish Tennis 2, is coming out this summer. I'm very excited about the new book. But I want to talk to you guys about something that is common in Spain, and that's the drop shot. We've done some other videos on the drop shot, but I just think it's curious and interesting that sometimes a lot of times you hear coaches say, only attempt the drop shot, when you're in a good position inside the baseline, when you're basically in an offensive position and you're stable. And the reason is because that way the drop shot will get over the net quicker and will theoretically be more effective against your opponent because the ball will travel less distance. It will get to the service box on the other side quicker, and that will make the shot more effective. So it's common advice that you hear a lot from coaches, and I have parents who say it, and I talk to players about it too, and I think it's pretty good traditional advice. But I think there's always exceptions to every rule. And for example, I've had some players who've had great success with their drop shot, and they use it in a very unorthodox way, in a very untraditional way. And for example, that could be moving laterally when you're in trouble, when maybe you should be playing a defensive shot. I've had players who work the drop shot from those defensive lateral positions, and it actually works very well for them, and they catch players off guard. Or I've had players use the drop shot even when moving backwards from deep in the court. Now, normally you would say that's a bad shot selection, that's a bad idea. But for certain magicians, certain wizards on the court, certain very special gifted kids with great hands, it works for them. And I think it works. I was trying to figure out why it works, and I think it's just because it's the other player doesn't expect that. They know the rule too. They know that you're going to try a drop shot when you have strong court position. And so when you try a drop shot, like when you're deep in the court, or when you're in a defensive position, or when you're being pushed laterally and you really should be defending, or playing like high topspin, and you come up with a drop shot, it's surprising. It's unexpected. I think that's why it can work. So this is if you're out there, if you're a coach, player, parent, it's a tough balancing act, because you don't want a kid to make a lot of bad decisions trying to make a drop shot from really tough spots on the court. But at the same time, when you're playing a fast player, having that disguise and that surprise is paramount. And so, with some kids who are super, super fast, you can only catch them with the drop shot when they're least expecting it, which is sometimes in those positions that I mentioned previously. So I think the rule the advice is, and the rule is pretty good to use the drop shot when you're in an offensive position inside the baseline. But try to keep an open mind. If you're a player, if you're a coach, if you're a parent, keep an open mind. And if a kid has a gift for the drop shot and great hands, if a kid is a magician, has those skills, and they sometimes attempt drop shots in an unorthodox way, maybe don't shut it down so quickly. Explain to them the rationale and the logic that I'm explaining to you guys. Explain that to the student, or if you're a player, understand the risks and the benefits, and understand the importance of surprising your opponent with the drop shot when they least expect it. And I think that's an important way to approach the decision making of the drop shot. But in some instances, that unorthodox decision to try a drop shot when you're moving laterally on the defense, when you're being pushed back in the court from a deep place, sometimes that can actually work out well. Even though the dynamics it doesn't seem like it might work, it can actually work in the player's favor because of the surprise factor. If you like this Prodigy Maker Minute, please check out my big show, The Prodigy Maker Show. It's available as a podcast, and it's a YouTube show that we do live here on this channel. And guys, please consider subscribing. We're trying to grow this channel. Our first goal is to get about 10,000 subscribers. It's going to take some time, and we're close to 3,000 now. And this is just a small channel that I do in my spare time. I appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you on the next program.